A lot of folks have figured out some really cool ways to put websites together, and I've found that there are times when I really want to borrow some of their ideas for my own work. And just trying to color match using a color wheel I found was really quite difficult. And figuring out how wide particular elements in a website are can also be quite challenging. You can't exactly hold a ruler up to your computer screen and figure it out that way. That's not all that helpful, especially when most measurements are in pixels. So along the way, I found this really useful add-on for Firefox. And so I'm using those two examples, gathering color codes so that I can know what the HTML code for a particular color that I'm really attracted to is, and also how to take measurements of even in my own site so that I know how wide I need to make a picture when I'm working in Photoshop. Perhaps I need to fit something into a particular space on a website, and I need to know how much room I have to work with. And so these are a couple of functions that I have found work. I can do quite easily using this add-on for Firefox. So first of all, use Firefox because it has all kinds of additional tools. I use a Mac, and Safari is a lovely browser, but it doesn't give me any of the extra information and extra functions that using Firefox gives me. When you're in Firefox, I'm just going to flip over to Firefox now. Look in the Tools menu for add-ons, and that is right here. So go up to the Tools menu and click on Add-ons and do a search for Web Developer. Now, I already have it installed, so it's not one of the ones that comes up right away because it assumes I don't need to know about that because I have it. However, all I need to do is click on See All Results, and a new window will open up, and there it is right there. And so then what I would do is I would click Add to Firefox and just follow the instructions for installing. You do need to restart your browser in order for the new add-on to work. Once you've restarted your browser, then you can get going with it. Here are just a couple of screens here. Just wanted to show you a little bit closer up what that looks like. So here again is the add-on window. It looks something like this, and you can see where I've marked Web Developer, filled that in, and See All Results. Click on See All Results if it doesn't already come up in your options. And there again is Web Developer and Add to Firefox. Now once you've got it installed and you've reopened your web browser, let's use getting color information as our first example. You would click on Tools. Here's a little window, screenshot, and I will show you also live in the browser in a moment. And you go to Information and then View Color Information. And let me just show you now how that works. So now I'm going to go back to my website, erinann.com, and I'm going to click on Tools. I'm going to click on Web Developer, Information, and go down to Color Information. And a new window in my browser pops up, and it gives me all of these little boxes, sample boxes, with HTML code written above each one. And so let's say I just love this purple on this particular site and I want to use it somewhere else. I can copy and copy the code either with the hash mark or without, depending on whether I'm replacing, depending on where I'm placing it. And then I can insert that into another site that I'm working on and have that exact color. This is also useful when you're wanting to coordinate your look across different online services. For example, I did that with my Twitter feed. I used my website colors, which you can see here are blue and gold, in my Twitter feed box. So there's my blue and there's my gold, and you'll see that those are an exact match. And I did that by grabbing the color information from my website and inserting that into the code for my Twitter feed. So there's an example of how that can be applied. There's just a closer up shot for the non-video version of the slideshow. And there's a screenshot of all my different codes. Another thing that's really, really useful is being able to measure a space that you need to fill. And so you would do that by going into Tools, Web Developer. This is in Miscellaneous, and then go down to Display Ruler. Here's a closer up shot of that. Web Developer, Miscellaneous, Display Ruler. And once you get there, you'll get a little pop-up window, pop-up cursor. It looks like a plus sign. You put it in one corner, you drag it across the other corner, and I'll show you that live in just a moment. And this little information box will pop up at the top of your browser, and it will give you the measurements. So I now know that my Twitter feed box is 250 pixels wide. I may not know that going into it, and I may measure, here I am now in my site, perhaps I measure this one so that I know how wide I need to make my Twitter feed box. So I'll just show you how I would do that. Display Ruler, and so you see how my cursor is now turned into a plus sign. Okay, I'm going to put the plus sign in the corner of the piece I want to measure, and I'm going to drag it down and across, and there we go. So this is a nice square. I didn't quite line it up perfectly, but it'll give me close enough. And I look up over here, and the width is 248, the height is 250. So I know that 250 pixels, I now know that 250 pixels wide for my Twitter feed will be just about perfect. So it will look like it's the same size as everything else. I can do it again. Just drag it across and get my measurement. That one also is, oh, I clicked on it. Oops. Yeah, I gotta tell you, Central Desktop is just awesome. So if you want to try it out, click on this box here, and it's a great collaboration tool. That was a little accidental aside. Back to the slideshow. That's pretty much it, I think. Let me just double check. Yep, that's it. Hope that helps, and happy web developing. My name is Erin Ann Byrne, and I'm from Triangle Communications, and my URL is erinann.com. Thanks for stopping by.